welcome to your favorite program on Royal TV, The Cross Views. Thank you very much for trusting this program and trusting this media house. And so we shall never fail you as far as you are there. On today's program, dear viewers, we have two topics to discuss if we have time to do so. We know very well that the International Day for the Women, the International Women's Day, just passed yesterday, and it was a healthy celebration throughout Cameroon and beyond. And so we have been discussing on this International Day for the Women in the past week, and so today we shall be looking at the D-Day itself, how it all unfolded in the national territory of Cameroon. There are lots that happen, and so we are here to discuss the positive and maybe the negative side and suggest some solutions to these situations. So on that topic number one, we shall be looking at International Women's Day, the D-Day celebration, analyzing yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And so we shall be looking at the celebration of the day itself in the past. Then we'll look at today, then we'll suggest how tomorrow should look like. Topic 2, we shall be looking at the March session of Parliament that is set to begin this week. And so the March session of Parliament, we know very well that it is to vote the bills, and also the financial situation of Cameroon has to be discussed amidst other things. And so we shall be looking at constitutional amendments that have been alleged that will surely happen, because there are so many who are saying out there that the reason for this municipal and parliamentary election that might be postponed again is because the constitution of the country might be touched, whereby they might be bringing in the vice president, the post of the vice president again, and maybe creating more department or more subdivisions in the country. And so this bill has to pass through the parliament. So we shall be looking at March session of Parliament, alleged bills for vice president and more administrative departments. So these are still allegations or things that people are saying out there that surely it has to happen, but it is not something very legal. So we shall be discussing it in case it comes to be. How is it going to affect the nation? What's the positive idea behind all this? So on set today, dear viewers, we have some gentlemen here who have decided to come and be part of nation building. Sinjo Armstrong, you are welcome to the Cross Views.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you for having me on this platform this Monday evening. Of course, I am always excited to be part of this platform where we get to share our views on Cross Views. Good evening to my co-panelists. The pleasure to sharing the panel with you today. Mr. Moderator, yesterday was Women's Day, and happy Women's Day to you. Yes, I know you're a man, but again, I'm wishing extending the Women's Day, which is best wishes to you or to your wife through you. Yesterday, Women's Day has come and gone, but again, the echoes are still echoing in our quarters, in our towns, and our city, even the villages. So the day has come and gone, so we hope that next year is going to be the better one.
Of course, next year, every year, we see new developments coming up, whether negative or positive, there are still developments. And so what we have to say here also, by the end of this program, we shall surely propose some other issues that might also be used to maybe upgrade the celebration by next year. At this time, let us welcome Pope Bertrand, Engineer Pope Bertrand. You are welcome to Cross Views.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. This house, Royal TV, It's a place to be, a place to listen to. Thank you, Sonjo Mark, for sharing the stage with you, the platform with you. Again, we say a big shout out to women who took out their time to celebrate themselves. I use the opportunity to say Happy Women's Day to my mother, to the staffs, the female staff of Royal TV, and to all ladies who are part of the movement. Like I always said here on stage, on air, that Women's Day was a call, was a movement call to improve women's working in industries, to improve their working conditions, and to also make their stance in political milieu be heard. So it is that drive that continues up to today. And since the gospel of women equality was preached back then in the 90s, 900s, men are beginning to see reasons why they should give these ladies a fair chance in administrative build-ups. And we continuously say that on a day like this, when women go out, it is not just it's not ladies' night. I stand to correct that. It's not ladies' night, but it's a call. It's a movement that continues, that women must be accepted in our society, because, like it is said, if you educate a woman, you educate an entire nation. And the drive must continue. Women must have their chance, their say in our community, because as men, we can't do it all. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Of course, women must have their say in the community, because it has been proven that what a man can do, a woman can also do, and maybe at times do it better than the men. And that is why the women are said to be the best managers. We can see for ourselves some of the ministries, some of the positions they hold. We see transparency to an extent. We see good management. So at this time, we shall go for a short break. When we come back, we continue the program.
Hey, Royal TV viewers, your voice matters, and now we want to hear it louder than ever. We've created a special WhatsApp feedback group just for you. Got opinions about our shows? Suggestions to make Royal TV better? Compliments, complaints, or hot takes? This is your direct line to us. Joining is easy. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now and you're instantly connected to the Royal TV community. Be part of the conversation. Influence our programs. Help shape the future of your favorite TV station. Don't just watch. Interact, engage, be heard. Scan the code and join the Royal TV WhatsApp group now. When we dream alone, it is only a dream. When many dream together,
Welcome back, lovers of this particular program on Royal TV. Thank you for staying put without touching the dial. At this time, we take the first topic, whereby we are going to look at the International Women's Day, how it was celebrated. We are going to look at the D-Day, and so how it was yesterday, and how it is today, and how it should be tomorrow. We are going to look at it. But before we start talking on the topic, let us watch this report from one of us.
The 41st edition of the International Women's Day in Boya was marked by numerous activities aimed at educating and empowering women. The day that started off with week-long activities was crowned with a vibrant parade that took place at the Boya Independence Square. The event, held on March 8, brought together women from various institutions, including Royal Cable Network and Royal Television, to promote unity, well-being, and solidarity. The event was presided over by the Governor of the Southwest Region, Bernard Okala-Bilai, who commended the women for their vital role played in strengthening the Southwest Region from entrepreneurship to education. The women delegation was headed by the Southwest Regional Delegate for Women's Empowerment and the Family, Ediage Lucia Dipita, followed by women from other institutions in the Southwest region.
It's very important because a woman is a nation builder. Because if a woman is behind, so many things will go wrong. Women who are elitists, who are in big places or major places or working class women have to lead the other grassroots women because they are the ones who are well learned and schooled about the rights of women. And right now we are those who are already in power places like the justice, those of legal department, those of women's empowerment, social affairs, and all those that are to fight for the women. So that is why we are supposed to continue advocating for the population of the other women who are ignorant, to make them understand the law, to teach them their rights and how they can take action in case of situations that come up to lead them, like the gender-based violence and many other things that are coming their way.
It is worth noting that this year's International Women's Day was celebrated under the theme Rights, Justice, Action for all women and girls.
Thank you for staying put. At this time, we'll start taking the topics. The first topic, we shall be looking at this Women's Day, how it was celebrated. Sinja, I want to begin with you. If you look at the Women's Day this year, we know other developments came up, and how it was celebrated last or in the past when we were growing, and now, and maybe with time we shall be looking at what other development we can suggest to make the day be special again next year. Now, what is your take with what maybe you saw during this time?
The 2026 International Women's Day celebration, let me quickly, after taking a pause throughout the national territory, because I follow celebration of March Past at the nation political capital, Yaoundé. It was a colorful one, and I really appreciated the fact that the women across the centers, the region, turned out en masse. And it was colorful, it was decent, even the way the women compacted themselves and marched past before the First Lady of the country. What really, what I really saw, which was new, was the fact that in the central region, we saw women from the two speaking English regions. For the first time, they came together, and over 600 of them marched past the grandstand and shouting songs of unity. So that alone, and you see, they were well organized. Their uniform, they had a pattern which was good. There was no disorder in the march past. That really caught my attention. And across the other region which I tried to follow on TV as far as report is concerned, it was colorful as well, and I really appreciated it. And the one thing which I saw this year was the fact that the outfit of women this year was well controlled, because I noticed that women who
were not well
dressed.
Yes, they were denied access.
They were denied access, which is something I really applaud. I mean, the organizers, the officials who were in charge, I want to applaud them for these initiatives, because though the Women's Day celebration usually comes with the opportunity for women to show off their style of dress, which sometimes it doesn't really represent the image, because sometimes when we say women are fighting for their right, they should understand that in as much as they are fighting for their right, they are role models in the family. They are role models in the community. But you know, in as much as there was control, there was control in the field, it was very difficult to control those who could portray these indecent dresses on social media. Because in as much as we have been following social media, we saw funny dresses that people, women put on and were displaying. But again, that was not allowed on the media. And we all follow up the celebration, the march past, you realize that the women were actually decent. Those who were denied access on the grandstand or on the to take part in the march parade, they decided to organize a march parade on social media to give a different impression because they were denied access. So that is the thing that I wanted to really applaud this thing. And we saw women from different social and parochial groups. We have this funny thing that we understand that women usually group themselves into social groups. Either community groups, small social groups, and junkie groups. I mean, they turn out to march. So, and some women too were denied access to march. Those who do not identify their groups from the beginning. Women to understand that in every program there is usually order. So I did not understand why happened that some of them did not register. So some of them were very upset, started vibrating that no. I think when you want to defend your right, when you want to showcase women, we should understand that women, they should start first of all by following simple rules and regulations that has been given to them. I think we all know this is that for women to partake in march past, they need to register, identify themselves. Because the tendency is that women, when you operate in a group, you need to identify that group at the level of the local administrator there. So, and let us see. So, the reason of identifying is that you need to understand that you're a legal structure, your legal group is operating. Because a group can just come from anywhere, want to match. That is not even a legalized group. So I want to plead to our women to understand that let them follow simple instructions. There's a reason that the institution in place has said that women should identify themselves. Now, of course, in the later part of the evening, I had the opportunity to step out. I think you should understand that I'm the national president of our community group. So I was invited by our community women and some other women too in my community here. Who they were. So I went out and I saw the other side of the march pass, where the merry-go-round. It was good, and the excesses were there. So I was thinking about some of the excesses that I saw. So in as much as some women too, I noticed that some women too had two material, Mr. Moderator. The material that they wanted to march past on the grandstand, and there was another material after the marching. Because I was at the grandstand and I noticed that the women of Boya, they were well decent. But again, at the reception grounds where I managed to pass there, I noticed a different appearance. So it was confused. So it was like, you have children at home that their parents become too strict to them for not to go out. They will dress like a reverend sister to go out. Immediately they pass the gate, they change another, they put on another outfit. So that was what I saw at the various reception grounds. Because the outfit that the women were putting on the reception ground was something that I said, but this is not what I saw at the grandstand. What is happening? So this is my reading. So I took note of the fact that maybe probably the women had prepared two uniforms. And you know, there were excesses, and some women couldn't control the excitement. They drank to stupor, and it was very disturbing. And in as much as some women even got drunk, and at one moment we saw that their husband came around to pick them up. So these are the excesses that we
maybe picking them up wasn't a kind of maybe a friendly way of
well, not the kind of a friendly way.
We shall be calm.
Yeah, so that is I'm just trying to give my take.
Paul Bertrand, before we enter into the nitty-gritty of this celebration, what's your general take about this Z-Day as far as the Women's Day is concerned?
Mr. Williams, you should understand that Cameroon is called, or is being referred to as a continent these days.
Okay.
That's to tell you that if you want to see beauty, it's in the Cameroonian woman. If you want to see style, it's in the Cameroonian woman. If you want to see discipline, it's in the Cameroonian woman. So all of these things were being exacerbated in all 10 regions and even way beyond. The purpose that I really want to key in is women continues to advocate for, they should always use this day not just to celebrate loudly or poorly. I go the way loudly more, because we know they are good at that. But they should also make their voices heard in every region, division, and institution. They should tie a chain to foster their demands, to create better days for the girl child. Because if they miss it, then tomorrow we may have a different story.
Yeah.
If, as of now, they cannot use the Women's Day, just like the topic, when you look at how it was carved, it was said, 1 minute, they said justice, action for all women.
Yes.
So when you go by that, you see that it's a call of awakeness that women must have equal rights. Women must have equal right to society, employment, political affairs, and why not the cry of the senseless war that is raging in the northwest and southwest, because mind you, in some other areas, I don't think as colorful as it was on the stands here, and in the cities was the same thing up the north, up the hills, and you know, in our villages, let me start with that, in our own villages, I don't think that was the same atmosphere. So,
but I think really it has, because if you look at some of the areas that activities were not taking place this year, we saw that it was really booming.
Yes, it was booming, because it was booming, and that's why I key in more to say that this is where their concentration should be.
Okay.
They should stand against atrocities to women in war zones.
Okay.
Violence against femicide. They should stand against, they should stand for economic and social balance. Gender discrimination. They should stand for, as they has always stood for, early marriages. They should be gender based. That's the gospel they should be preaching. You see, institution coming in with styles. We see different institutions, coming up with new innovations. These innovations should not only end in the cities. While the ladies in the cities have benefit or hold of these things, they should also know that life is worth living even for the people in the villages. So they should not just carve a very good picture for those in the cities to write good reports for themselves. This time we're not talking about writing good reports to Yaoundé, writing good report for themselves. Because I don't see, like what my co-panelist was saying, the women having two costumes. Why get two costumes on occasion like that, where there's somebody who can afford for one. I want to shock you, Mr. Moderator. The ancien combatants, women of ex-military men, scramble over 100,000 for a population of over 120 ladies. And when one of them was talking to me, then I took my calculator. I was trying to punch 100 times to be divided to 110 ladies. You understand there's 1,350 francs for a person. So that is not what we should be projecting. You will not sit in the comfort office of Boya, in the lucrative cities, Douala, Bafoussam, Yaoundé, and then you are putting on a wonderful colored fabric. And then you are sending 1,350 for another woman somewhere to use it and have a full fulfillment of the day. It doesn't tie.
Okay.
So the gospel is, if they are preaching equality, when they are giving these administrative positions to share the national cake, let it be shared in a very nice way for everybody.
Okay. Now let me come now to you, Sinjo. I want us to look at the yesteryears and maybe the celebration today. Let's start looking at the dressing. Maybe the yesteryears and maybe today. How do you see the dressing?
The dressing yesterday.
Let's just take some of the. Let's take the dressing, then maybe the aspect of the fabric. So because this year we realized that the fabric was even short, and it was sold up to about, some people created black markets, was sold up to about 25,000. And so on. Okay, what are some of the things that you can compare yesteryears and this year?
Yes, let me start with the fabric then come now with the dressing. I want to say here that because I know this fabric is the Ministry of Empowerment, Women Empowerment, are in charge of this fabric. I don't know.
Yes, we know we have our industry in Cameroon that
produces industry.
This fabric.
Okay, but again, the fabric, the design, the fabric, everything is being designed and approved by the Ministry of Women Empowerment and the family. Now, the truth is that in the yesteryears and now, the institution or the state, I don't know, have commercialized this Women's Day.
Okay.
Yes, they have commercialized it. This is now a pure business through the sales of fabric. Why do I say so? The fabric, because the fabric first, even with the 10,000 fan, is too expensive.
Because it takes a lot to produce this thing.
Yes, it takes a lot. I'm coming. It's too expensive. Yes, I know it takes a lot. It's too expensive. Now, when you look at the cost of buying the fabric, the official price is 10,000 francs. Maybe probably to go and get it with tailor. They have to spend some money. Let's say averagely 5,000 francs. Because we are not, the state only look at the cost. They don't look at the sewing of the fabric. So we are assuming that, okay, let's say estimated a good design, a good whatever, let's say put it at 5,000 francs. That is 15,000 francs. Now, we are making a fabric. We are making a fabric for women. You know, when we talk about women, we are not only limiting at the level of those who have reached the womanhood. Now, those who are in a profession, those who are doing business, at least they are married, we are not limited at that level. Because now, the yesteryears are now. You see that even the girl child is part of it. Remember, look at the thing. Action for all women and girl child. So, the state is not looking at the girl child, that those who are not married, those who are not working.
So you are looking at fabric very expensive.
Yes. So I'm trying to defend my position where I'm saying it's very expensive.
Yes.
Because now when you look at the girl child who is not working, who also is in the womanhood state. Okay, when they say a womanhood, it is not only those.
I think the government made it clear that children would not be accepted, but unfortunately, we still saw some children marching.
Now, let me look at children. Look at the girl child.
Yeah.
The one that, because if you look at those who are marching, how do we define the womanhood now? Those who are adult.
Okay.
How do we define it? There could be someone who probably is not working.
Yeah.
Is mature. Let's say from 18, 20,
okay,
20 something. So the company is taking consideration with that. Okay, now let's even look at it. What about the rural women? Can they afford that fabric of 10,000 francs, even the money to stitch it?
But we see the rural women are buying it.
Yes,
because even when there was black market, it went up to 20,000-25,000.
They are buying it. Yes. They are buying it. Do you know what they go to buy it?
Okay.
I don't want to name it here.
Okay.
That is a topic of another day. You know the means that they used to buy it. You know.
Most offices maybe.
And in most offices in this professional, they provide this material to this.
Okay.
To those who are in the bureaucrat, to those who are in the offices.
Okay.
That's the simple truth. The offices decide that to buy it and give it to them.
Yes.
But what about the royal women, those who cannot afford, those who are in the offices?
That if they make this material very cheap, like this ones, I'll see.
That is exactly where yes,
it will look
exactly. Like, that is where I was coming. That is where I was driving. That as a way out to make the material extremely affordable. There are some material you go to the market, you have it 3,000 francs.
Okay.
You use 2,000 francs to sew, that is 5,000 francs. So I am saying that they can make it very possible to be very cheap.
Okay.
So that it can be affordable.
Okay, since you are talking about now, fabric, what can you say?
I understand that. Yes, I understand that they are women of taste. That they might not want to go to something low, but make it in such a way that it's affordable. Make the one of 10,000 francs. Yeah. Make the one for at least 3,000 francs.
Okay.
So that it can be affordable. So make it in such a way that people can have they can make their choice.
But what is there is that they are not being forced to buy this material, because they have been told that you can still put on. If you are in an association, you can still put on your uniform. You come and march. We saw it in the other areas. I saw it. Is it in the corner? Mostly, you do not see them with the family and some other places.
Yes, they are not being forced. That is true. Do you understand what the social pressure, peer pressure? That is the problem, because they are not being forced. That is true. The peer pressure is there. The government cannot control the peer pressure. So the only way to make it very easy is to make the material affordable. And another problem where I said the government has commercialized these activities. Now, what is the need of producing women day material every year?
Okay.
There are institutions that have uniform. Their uniform are not made every year. Why not design a women day fabric? That is a women day fabric that I can use it. A woman can use it this year, use it next year, because that thing is one-time event. If they have used it in the end of March, they are not going to use it.
But see them wearing it for other activities.
I have been in town today. I have not been able to see one woman. I've been in the whole of town today. I've not been able to see one woman wearing that 10 material. So why not make it that, okay, sell it at 10,000 francs.
Yes.
Sell it at 10,000 francs. So that it should use it for a certain period of year.
Yeah.
So that it can be available. That is why I say that those in charge have commercialized this material, because they know that if they make like that, they will not make a lot of profit from it. They keep making different design. Every year different design is out. Because know that, okay, the design of 2026 is out. 2026 another design will be made available. We go to many state institutions that they have professional uniform.
Yeah.
Do they design like that? They don't design like that.
What about the dressings this year? How
so the dress
to maybe in the years?
The dressing this year keep, like I said, there has been improvement.
Okay.
Because we saw from the images, we saw from where there have been improvement. But this is where Because now the organizer think that no, if you are not well dressed, you will not match.
Okay, yeah.
Like I said from the beginning, they have shifted from the match pass. They now saw 2 dresses. That's what I noticed. You know, the people are always ahead of the organizer. So they say no, we cannot go to.
So many women were removed from their.
So many women were removed.
Yes.
So this is what they are now doing, and they are now sewing 2 materials.
Okay.
One for the match pass,
and
one for the reception. One that they need to take
it means
and go to.
Yes. There's no reason to complain that the material.
No, that is people who have money. We are talking for those who cannot afford.
Okay.
That is our position here. Okay. So the dressing keeps shifting, and there has been a lot of improvement. There have been a lot of stretch amount on the issue of dressing. But what I'm saying now, some group of women too are beginning to play smart.
Okay.
That is the smart idea. But on a general note, Mr. Moderator, I think I don't have so much to comment about the dressing. It has been good, but this dressing, some of we that will have women, we should be able to control the dressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come to Pope Bertrand now. This celebration this year came at a time where, in a very short time from the beginning of this year up to now, just about 2 months, we have witnessed a lot of femicides, the killing of women. And I want to say that I think it's getting to about 50 or more women who were killed during this short period. And you saw how the regional delegates had to decry on that. She talked about that a lot, and even made a statement that even if those who are married, if it doesn't go, then let them leave, because it is very disheartening. What's your take about all this development?
You know, that was a good one coming from her, taking and standing against gender-based violence to women. Because, you know, gender-based violence cut across the two, but this time around he stood strong against the woman, because she was commemorating the Women's Day. And on my own stance, I tie with her, but you should understand that when you allow something for too long, that's the result you get. I take it from 2 key points. It is holistic that people get married.
Yeah.
But it is unholistic that you violate when things get sour. So again, to help that structure, we have sessions, counseling session where people do attend. I stand against divorce.
Okay.
Because everything could be managed, but to the extent that it will going to cost one life, I think she was right on extent. But she can't sit in a comfort office and try to determine somebody's home.
No, but it's very normal. Somebody cannot stay where your life
I continue. Let me start. How does marriage, we are not looking into marriage, how does marriage start? It starts with love.
Yes.
It starts with bearing all odds. It starts with management. You believe I can manage you, I believe you can manage me. And so what goes wrong to that point where one is subjected to a punching back, and that cannot be repaired? So, to an extent, she said what she was supposed to say, being that we're going towards Women's Day. Now, that was standing for the woman, which I applaud her. Again, I take another twist, like, to some of them, if they could protect a woman like this, it is very nice.
Okay.
But you see that she has just, out of so many regions, she has chosen to talk about one region. You see, fighting for a woman has always been something that when you do it, even in the society, you have been appreciated. You see, I applaud these human rights lawyers, especially the ones that are women. If you even live stream them online, you see how people are fighting and following them. That's to appreciate the works they are doing. But you still see some other women, Mr. Williams, I would like to use this example because I'm an Anglophone and I go round and round seeing things. You take a situation where maybe for one reason or another, there's the casualties in the Anglophone regions, where there is loss of life. Some of these women in key positions, which are supposed to come up and stand for the truth, they will either bring one window seal models, like bring in a handful of girls. You know, mostly usually girls. Oh, you know, they take a small walk with placard. We are denouncing and the killing of this, the torture. But you have not gone to the root cause of the matter. You are doing window dressing because, I use the word, because you want to tap some solidarity, one. Two, you want to show your face that you advocate it. Would you know that your advocacy was just temporary?
Okay.
So, thirdly, you want to keep funds from the upper quarters. This is not how it should go.
Okay.
So I want to go back to, I think I've answered a question very well.
If you look at yesteryear and maybe now that is being celebrated, we see that this femicide keep on increasing instead now, because when it started, we had other ills yesteryears, but now femicide is increasing. Is it, what do you think? Is it like all what they are advocating for and maybe teaching and so on is like entering through one ear, out through the other?
No, Mr. Williams. It's because evolution.
Yeah.
We are living in an evoluting world. You know, like you put it, yesterday they were advocating on this same issue.
Yes.
But using but using probably a traditional media.
Okay.
Today we have moved to a digital media. They have to follow the channel. You get it?
Yeah.
Now, I begin to, when you follow very well or you do your research very well, you begin to see that the population that believe at first, I just beg to just jot this down, note this. People are beginning to think that maybe because of civilization, two, the population of landed people have increased. Three, the population of Cameroon itself have increased. Four, we have more administrators than yesterday. That means that you must continuously put effort. And you see that truly people are beginning to think that truly there's no miracle to survive. You must work to survive. So there is a demand, a continuous demand in the way people think. And those who are violent perpetrators, they also increase in their own majority, majority. So there is much work to be done. Some institutions need to keep coming up to help call down how people think. And that is where I also appreciate our judges these days. You know, at first, the vote was not heard. Then later on, it came to, you know, yes, bills were adopted at the level of the parliament to cater for the girl child, to cater for take care of marriages. And now our administrators, especially at the level of the judiciary, they now leave you to say, okay, you people can go separate ways, but the span at which you just use maybe 3 years to sign a divorce has been upgraded to maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years.
Okay.
That's to tell you that things can die down naturally. You understand? And a man can be talking. One thing I also want to add here is that they should help the perpetrator of this act, the man or the woman, vice versa, because gender-based violence can cut across both regions.
Okay, let's look at the idea of this time they were like saying that children, they don't want to see children be part of this. But we see some women insisting on bringing in their children, very young children. I don't know, are you in favor of that or what the government decided? What do you take?
You see, my takes are well, like I earlier said here, this was a movement. First, before I start with what I just noted, I want to say that we have to learn to tap the streams.
Yes.
This movement was to better the working condition of women and the girl child.
Okay.
And I come back by saying that we must understand that we are supposed to leave the stage. When I say we are supposed to leave the stage, it cut across every region. We are supposed to go on retirement and give space.
Okay.
We are supposed to move from one level and create a vacancy for another person to occupy. Now, what does the Cameroon Constitution define as a child? There's an age range of that. And now, talking about a woman is a woman from birth. I don't want to do some definitions here that may not tie with biology.
But
I will not tie. See,
those children that we saw children of even 10 years being part of this celebration. Do they even know what they are doing? Because this advocacy, you understand? Do these children even know what is happening? They just know that the mommy has bought this fabric for me. She's also putting it on. We are going out to enjoy all those kind of things. So don't you see that the administration taking that decision is a very good decision? Let these children reach a certain level of maturity, maybe 18, 20, before they start participating.
No. I will use 3 other associate examples.
Okay.
Why do you think that children of 6 years, 4 years are excited about Christmas? Are they grown-ups? Why do you think that our children are excited about to go to the field? Are they grown-ups? Why don't we allow that all of our secondary school children? So they have to be. That is it. When they say boys go to the field, when they say there's a football match, whether you are 18, you are 35, all of us are in the field. So if it's Women's Day, let them be part of it.
Okay.
When you go to the hospital, in the local pidgin, they say she gave birth to Whoosh, Set. They send a woman. Does that mean that she's 18 years old?
Okay. Maybe before I get to Sinjo, this year we saw in Boya the Nigerian movie star who was around Regina Daniels, and it was a kind of euphoria, especially when she came and so on. I think the beauty was really there.
I really thank the Ministry of Women Empowerment and other associate structures that they were not part of that mess. Yes, I thank them that they were not part of that mess. I think that whosoever brought in Richard Daniel should just be maybe for the trade fair. Yeah, because if it was this ministry that really brought in Regina Daniel, she should have been at one of the grandstands. That was, I consider it. She's an actress. She
was at the grandstand there.
Okay.
Yeah, she was at the grandstand.
Yeah. Those who added extra colored is based on them. She's a woman. She's supposed to enjoy the day. She's an African. She has given a lot of color tips to African culture through her movie industry. That is good. But again, I want to differ a bit that what role was Regina Daniel playing on the Women's Day? If you have not done further findings, later on she moved to trade fair, where she a makeshift parlor like this, and probably there was a cocktail or a gala night, and Cameroonians were charged 160,000 to share that space with her. What was that? What role was she giving? What impact? Not only what impact has she brought to Cameroonians. Let me learn, Mr. Williams.
Just part of
Mr. Williams. Yes. If she had come to Cameroon,
that's what
I want to learn. Yes. If she had come to Cameroon to enhance our movie industry, she would have been celebrated. I would have adopted that she should be celebrated. Yes. You bring a woman to Cameroon. It's not a girl show. It was a girl show. I would have crafted as a girl show. You bring a woman, which you know that there are other women of maybe 90s, and then you bring a girl, which her woman stretch has not been very colorful.
No, but
let me learn. These are my points. I start to be corrected. This is a woman have divorced, she just divorced her husband, then you bring her on a stage like that to come and advise other women that what?
No, but really we know very well that if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. And so we'll be seeing women dying in marriages that don't really favor them. So should they stay there and be maybe beaten to death? We saw one of her colleagues who was beaten to death some few years back. But she is more of a musician. So okay, maybe I'll come back to.
Let me.
Yeah, just key in before I ask you the question I have to ask.
Yeah. You know, there have been a lot of criticism ever since Regina Daniels announced her coming to Cameroon alongside Cameroonian-born, Nigeria-based Prisma James. Cameroon, later joined by very unvenerated Cindy Mande, who has also been doing very well. I must applaud Cindy Mande because she has really tried. She's one of those who has make it in Cameroon, who decided not to, but she has been going out, getting knowledge and coming back. You know, when you get knowledge and study, you decide to stay in foreign country, is brain drain. You are not giving so much back to your community. So I think Cindy Mane was someone who I admire so much.
If we have the images there, maybe you are to.
I admire so much and I applaud her because she always travel out to Nigeria, to UK, to Ghana for exchanges, and she comes back and she's based here and she's trying to impact this thing. Those who have gone and stayed there and begin to impact the economic, I don't see so much. So now the Regina Daniel has been at the center of controversy ever since she landed in Cameroon from Douala. A lot of bloggers, a lot of people have criticized her why she's coming to Cameroon. She doesn't have the capacity maybe probably to come and convince women or to come and talk to women. For the case of Regina,
to make her not to have the because of her divorce.
Yes, her report. No. I'm calling Mr. Mojo. The case of I want to think that Regina Daniel has what it takes. To join women to celebrate Women's Day. She is a married woman because as it stands now, she has not been officially divorced. So though the matter is same. She is a married woman. Regina Daniel has been married for 7 years, from 2019 to 2026. 6 to 7 years. And I want to say that for 7 years, she has gotten the experience of what marriage is. The fact that she is divorced, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have an experience to share with women or to those who are preparing to get married.
And if she's divorces, is it not like coming to pass the message to women that this is what I've gone through? The hands of men, and so be careful.
That is exactly what I'm saying. That she has all what it takes. To pass a message to women, those who are preparing to get married and those who are in marriage already. I mean, you should understand that Regina Daniel got married within the ages of 18 to 19 years, and at that tender age, if she is still at this level now, so still living, means that she has a lot in package to give out. So we all understand, we all know of her marriage story because her marriage has been a public affair. So we know it is not something that she has more than 6 million followers on her social media platform, and she comes out to update the public, the world, on her marriage situation with a lot of things.
What's your take about the
idea? You think marriage should be that school of thought. For those who think that that Regina Demo does not have the stamina, does not have the discipline to join women and come and celebrate. So I want to say that the organizer who brought her here, because he came under the
there are some structures.
Yes, there are some structures that sponsor others. So the structure and the organizer that sponsor her coming is timely.
Okay.
Because she has come, she has motivated, she might have had a lot of blessing with young girls.
Yes.
Maybe probably she might have educated young girls that please, any marriage is not good.
And really today she was in at one of the hotels,
yes,
that so many people were invited.
Yes, and she visited a health facility where she come in and she, so to me, to say that Daniel is not fit, I find it out of place. Because I think that if she's not married, I understand that she doesn't have this idea of maybe the kind of money that were put in place to have access to her, to where she was, to see her and maybe commune with her. You see the kind of expectation. Well, when she came to the rest of the dance stand, there was no money making event there. The institution that brought her, they was an independent making events. So they understand that when we spend money, they spend a lot of money to pick her. Yeah, they must put up strategy to see how they can put her on the plan. Even that she is a star. She is a star. Yes. So, Mr. Mobe, leave it for me, right? The truth, Regina Daniel Buya,
Yeah.
International 2026.
Is she more a woman?
No, not that she. No. It's not that she's not more. Mr. Moderator, reach a stardom, big figure. Listen, we have to be listen. No, listen.
Yeah, if my
When you have level of stardom, you have reached a level of you argue. Kenya is at least she reached a level of stardom, a level of public figure. Determine that a star like a full president to the Southwest region, normal person. No, those are public figures. Public figures are treated different. We be able to understand. Let me look at our own locals here.
Yeah.
Our local, even when the problem.
Yeah.
So, we into occasion, into marriage, the way they treat them easily. When people reach a level of stardom, so it's not because.
One other point I prepared. There was somebody who made that, that matched the more or more see pass or other things that they produce would have brought them here, because like produce bread structures, so many companies came up with what they produce. That if they do it like ambience in the they take about, because passing people by the side and things give them out.
Mr. William on this platform and to add more society, help us in our thinking. It's good, maybe what happened first me happened where people match craft. So that things under the instruction of their bosses, and this, I think, this suggestion we have made should go down into their different ministries, different departments, different work yards, and stuff like that. Why not? Even on the Women's Day week, they should make things like auction sale where women bring their products around and in their sub corners.
They had all these. But what people were thinking is that they should be having this kind of ambience too.
That's why we say Women's Day. That's why I've said it on this set again and again that it's advocacy.
Okay, good.
They have to advocate for what is good for them, for what will give brightness to their day.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it started this year, I've never seen it before. Maybe it started this year, and maybe next year they'll add other values.
Maybe.
But Mr. Moderator, let me conclude on Regina Daniel topic. I really want to cut the T's and dot the I's on that.
Surely when you were studying in Nigeria, there was some conflict that people had or what?
No. We should celebrate people based on their professions. When you're a good journalist, we should say you're a good journalist. If you're a good actress, we should say you're a good actress. But when we conflict the two, that's where it becomes a problem. In dormitory schools, there's a pattern in which they beat. And if you have ever, or your son has ever come up from school and explain that pattern to you, you know that a woman, in the girls' dorm, it happens that way, and in the boys' dorm, it happens that way. So, Regina Daniel coming to Cameroon to commemorate Women's Day with other women, I said it earlier that if that was just objective,
she came for
one. I have the mic. If that was just the objective reason, it was loudly and it's supposed to be loudly applauded. But that I'm for the people, these are my people, that she came to Cameroon, choose Boya, or the Southwest, or the Anglophone zones, which it gives us some international boundaries with the frequency with Nigeria that were all of the English-speaking background. It was a good suggestion for her. My co-panelist, Sonjo Mark, has done a lot of good expansive analysis here, citing our other female actress who maybe in collaboration brought her, which is good. But that you have a good gesture like that to bring Regina Daniel to commemorate and for Cameroonians to see her directly, not through screens, and then you go and confine her somewhere again and started trying to make money out of Cameroonians, suffering Cameroonians from the north and southwest. That's why I got a little bit grumpy about it. Yes, the money part, because our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. And we should try to give them a better life. Instead of trying to.
It's not suffering. If I'm selling my product, if I put 1 million, I didn't force you to buy.
That time is not.
I heard about that story.
Look at the hotel.
I heard about that story, but I don't know how many. I do not go there, but I cannot criticize the business venture.
Business. That's stardom. That's just part of their
so it therefore means that me too, stardom. I'm a political stardom. It means by the time I live here.
So you can create stardom. You can create that atmosphere. Okay, now let us look at the part 2 of this celebration. Some of the points I have here, we can't look at all of them, but we'll look at the main ones. Now, I just want us to briefly look at the part 2, where dear viewers, I don't know. The kind of images, we have some images that I wouldn't love that we really see those kind of images, but maybe we'll still have to think whether we'll see. If you look at the part 2, the kind of dressings that these same women who marched past, who were well dressed, but during their part 2 of maybe feasting and so on, Some of them, even in public, were dancing naked. And at one video, we saw even one dancing with a monkey trying to caress the buttocks, and so on. Then men coming to like almost having sex with them in public. I mean, what has become, what's that? Okay, I just left from you. Let me come to you, Sinjo. Because as far as we see the march past, very beautiful, well organized, is because there was that coordination there. But after that, there was nobody to control these women. We must have seen on social media some of these videos.
The truth is that the part 2 of that Women's Day celebration, in as much as the organizers of the Women's Day celebration have succeeded in one part, which is the part 1, to fight against indecent dressings from women, I'm pleading with the organizers to start looking away to see how they can extend the fight for the part 2.
Okay.
Because the part 2 is not easy. Like I told you, I was on the field. Yes. What I saw for myself, I can't even explain it here. Yes. I can't even explain.
You can see those are some of the images.
Yes.
Very, very.
So, this is one sector that government has failed woefully about indecent dressing. They have failed because we have been seeing indecent dressing, and people don't know that indecent dressing is punishable by law. It's a crime. But unfortunately, it is very. I don't know why it is difficult to combat this very social ill, which is,
you know, after the march past, some of these women go to various ends.
Yes.
And so you cannot police everybody. Don't you see that it's quite difficult? It's that people just need to be morally upright.
Yes, that is a challenge.
So we say that they go around arresting all these people.
That is the challenge I said we have, and all these things has to come through education.
Okay.
They really have to come through education, and this education should not be to allow to a particular the groups, human rights defender or some certain groups. If you know you belong to any group or social these things, those who are the head of those groups, they need to also assist to see how they can give this education. They should even I think they can even control it, because I see some groups they decide that no, this is a very particular pattern that we need to sow, and they follow.
Yes.
So in some of those groups, they have allowed it free that women can sew anything. Go to those groups that they were marching, passing around in the grandstand. Let the group leader say that this is a pattern that we want. The women should sew this pattern. But now
it's not all about. With the images we've seen, maybe it's not just all about because when they go to their various and look at the nasty thing we just watched, where women dancing naked, even if they were well dressed, but some of the, do you call it, is it souleve or whatsoever?
Yes. The problem is that the problem is that I still come back to the institution that we have that have the power.
Yeah.
Some of those videos they are watching. Why can't you track some of those videos and bring them to book? Because it's a crime.
That is, they were supposed to be arrested.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That it's a crime.
Yeah.
They have people who have committed crimes, and the video go viral.
Yeah.
In 1 or 2 days, they are tracked.
That is it.
They are tracked and they are brought to book. So that's why I said that these things still go back to our institution. They should understand that the very act is a crime. It's punishable by law, by the penal code. So when some of these videos like that we see like that goes viral, those people can be tracked and brought to book. So it is very, very certain, Mr. Moderator, and that's why I said that it is a joint effort. Why we continue to give education, like on platform like this, we continue to engage women to dress responsible, to be responsible after dressing. I want the various groups that they belong. There's also takes charge to see that, okay, please, if you don't dress, you follow this pattern of this dressing that was said. If you don't do this, we sanction you. There are some groups that went out. They were dishing out fines for people who show inappropriate behaviors. They have teacher fines already. The group leader, the teacher fine that you have to pay this fine, and so this thing is a collective effort.
And we see some of them be carried, you know, some of these images, their husbands come after. Oh God.
Yes.
This is something that the broadcaster can just leave it like that.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
It is unheard of that some of these women that you see, they are married women. They are women who are supposed to be role models.
Okay. Maybe the message has gone that the administration and maybe ourselves, individuals, have to be very careful. You know, measures have to be taken because this thing is still going out of hand. It was when this started, when these women, this thing started, we saw all what happened. But we thought that people have been educated, but these things are still happening. Look at the kind of images we have. What's your take about all these nasty things that are still happening? Should the day be cancelled? Should it be stopped? They can just leave it at the level of advocacy, maybe those seminars that they have to empower the women and talk other things, than all this nonsense that we see on the D-Day.
Yes, Mr. Moderator and our viewers, especially the lady that concocted themselves, I want to say congratulations, a big kudos to you. And I want to differ a bit with what my co-panelist said. The organizers scored their goal.
Okay.
The message went through. In everything, in every role, there are exceptions. And women are supposed to be flagship bearers of a good society.
Okay.
But if we are seeing some displaying those type of insensitive and immature nature of themselves, definitely we won't say 9 on 10 is not a pass mark. If there's one wrong stuff done there, we will just need to put in other structures to help carve out that. And I want to even start with social media. You know, Cameroonians have not really understood the purpose of social media. Or if I give social media a mark as far as Cameroonian and some African countries are concerned, I will tell you that way. Social media have done more harm than good to us. You know, when you even listen to what some ladies are streamlining online, the advice they give, it tells you that we haven't understand what social media is all about. Secondly, I want to say that during Women's Day, as they try to carve out indecent dressing, so they can pass the message back that women should have their session in small areas.
Yes.
You know, if it is a trade union, like people who are into fashion, you know, or they should try to have it like, okay, all fashion designers in Boya should group themselves.
Yes.
All mechanics in Boya, female mechanics in Boya group themselves. Female engineers in Boya group themselves. Female journalists, female media practitioners group themselves. If you are not grouped in this pattern, you will not enjoy, you will not be part of this celebration. So that, as Sonjo was highlighting there, if we are to find a group,
yes,
we look at, okay, which union, which group was this, which association did this, which one went wrong.
yes,
and the women who are empowered to take this innovation into action should also know that, okay, the defaulter will always be there. Will be people that cannot tie under these structures, and what comes in, what is the pattern that they will use to control these other areas. Because mind you, like I earlier said, they should be advocating for jobs, because some of these things, like what you saw there, are some ladies also under frustration. Yes, let me learn. I know you want to. Yes, yes.
Frustration will make people behave like that.
No, let me learn. Let me learn.
Yes.
If you look at those videos very well,
yes,
those ladies were not poorly dressed. but they demonstrated poorly at the end of the occasion.
Okay.
Yes. They were well dressed to start with. They were well dressed, they were having fun, and not everybody can control the level of alcohol, which I'm not siding with them, because they had to be responsible. They were out as women to preach a message, to pass a message on. And if at the end of the day they behave, like I said, 9 on 10 is the pass mark. And I want to applaud Cameroonian ladies. I want to applaud the Ministry of Women Empowerment, or other departments that were aligned to make this day a good one, a success. I really doff my hat to you women, and I say, if we continue in this spirit, we'll be able to kick out the defaulters in the years to come. Thank you, my mother.
Okay, any last word on this topic? Then we'll get to the next topic.
Yes, what I want to say is that in as much the government to take an urgent decision about the Women's Day fabric, make it to be as affordable as possible. If we understand that there are some people who have taste of material,
yes,
they can go for a material that is of low quality. But again, make it in such a way that it's affordable. Make the one for 10,000. Why not make the one for 3,000? People will still buy, because the tendency is that the thing you usually want, you never see women with it. So why not even decide to make a material that people can use it for even 5 years? So I mean, every year material is a problem. So on behalf of the Association of Married Men, I'm appealing to this, because it's not also easy or
Association of Married Men.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not so easy or all, but it's not easy. Yeah. So, but we have been doing it. But again, governments will look at it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, my last words will cut across women in position. My moderator, I'll use your set to pass the message. Women that are in position, we have seen them, you know, to start with, there will still be division there. If you make a fabric of 6,000 and or 10,000, every girl would tie it on his man's neck that he must put on the best quality, because they will feel that there's a drop in the quality.
Okay.
If women actually play a good, a vibrant role in our society, what is this fabric to make it even at 5,000 francs?
Okay.
Even at 5,000, what are you, a superwoman? It's Women's Day. It's not class. Let's try to see how it can even be 4,000, so that an ordinary person can buy.
Yeah.
And what, if you are the wife of a minister, you put it on. You are a woman. Let's try to look at it at that range. Then, secondly, women in position to not also use the common women, the common people for their gains. Like what I earlier said here, you see women mobilize other women, let's march against this, and themselves they're at the front line, but whereas there are other hidden agenda for that particular march past, which is not intended to crop out the problem that is raging facing women and Cameroonian population in general. Mr. Williams, I want to give you a scenario of two ladies that were about to serve me. One would rather be Cain, while the other one would rather act like Abel.
Okay.
This happened at the district police station, first district police station in Boya town. I went there to do my ID cards, and when I got there, it was 3, and I stepped out to eat. While coming back, it was 4:30 plus. So the other lady, 2-star officer, to tell you how her position, 2-star, 2 golden star, not even white. Now, she stood up and said, it's closing time. And other women are out there enjoying themselves were coming to crowd their offices. And she stood up from her seat and then left. She went to another area, abandoned the machine there. Then the other lady, police lady, who also had someone in front of her, finished the person and then called me and said, come. I went and said, sit down. So they said, how are you? I said, fine. Took my documents, did this, did that. Took me through the process, said that, okay, I have to go and do nationality. I should come back the following day. This is a woman.
know it's your number one street king, Big G Baba. Yeah, say the talk, say the announcer for Royal TV. Say, hey, don't touch that dial. Keep watching Royal TV, the best of the best.
Hello, my proud nation. This is your favorite girl, Mbeng Lillian, popularly known as Caro Abonglesong. Please keep watching Royal TV. And of course, follow my programs because all my comedies will be aired on the TV, Royal TV. Thank you. Love you.